Well, hello Leo gang. Welcome to Enchanted Cottage and your love reading, right? This is for you if you have zodiac placement of Leo in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, right? And if you don't know your placements, there's a link in the description box below this video that you can follow and get a free birth chart so you know all your placements, okay? So the reading is going to go like this. The first part will be for Leo singles, right? The second part will be for Leos that are dealing with someone, and the last part will be for all Leos, okay? All right, personal readings, by the way, are back. That information is in the description box below the video as well, right? Lots of other useful information if you're trying to heal from heartbreak or, you know, learn more about law of attraction, shadow work, that sort of thing. You can see my link to my playlist called Self-Improvement, which I'm actually thinking about changing the name of. So would love to hear some suggestions from you guys, okay? Love hearing from you guys in the comments, right? Makes my day, okay? So with that being said, Leo singles, you are up, right? Let's take a look in your love life and see where you've been, where you are, and where you're headed based on the energetic snapshot we're about to take, right? And you can see information about how to apply information from my readings into your life and make changes, right? Nothing is set in stone in tarot. That's the whole point, right? Okay, so with that being said, let's take a look. All right, so, wow, okay, Leo, whoo. Okay, I'll throw out the zodiac signs associated with the cards. That does not always apply, okay? The most important thing that you can know about readings is that it's the message, not so much the zodiac signs associated with the cards. Okay, with that being said, that caveat being given, you have air energy, you have Capricorn specifically, fire, earth, air, water. See, I've already named all 12 zodiac signs, but for what it's worth, Virgo, and specifically, and water. Okay, but your major arcanas, you know, Virgo and Capricorn, again, maybe not, because in your, you know, minor arcanas, or, you know, your minors, you have every zodiac sign, you know, represented, all four categories of the zodiac. But okay, I digress. Let's get to the message, the meat of the matter. Let's talk about your past. Okay, and let me just say this overall, singles. Energetically, you look good. That's your overall. Now let's get down to specifics. Past. Devil in the upright. Okay, devil card can mean a number of different things, but overall, you know, well, I'll just say what it can mean. It's typically, when it comes out in the upright, it typically isn't cool. Here's why. Okay, it's my drama card. Many times deception, self-imprisonment, right? Dealing with someone who has not worked through their baggage, okay? And just a little side note, if that's what you attracted, okay, that's where you are vibrationally as well, okay, to attract that, right? Doesn't mean you are a bad person. It means you attracted, you know, negative energy towards you, okay? And I talk about reasons that happens in my playlist in a lot of different videos, specifically shadow work. I talk about why things happen, bad things happen to good people, right? Okay, so I'm not saying that you were bad. I mean, maybe not, you know, but probably had not worked through some past situations, right? But the devil card is a manipulative energy many times, okay? Sometimes a little bit narcissistic, and I don't like using that word because, you know, true full-blown narcissistic personality disorder is, you know, very rare. However, narcissistic behavior many times can be on a spectrum, okay, where people may have, you know, certain aspects of their ways that are narcissistic, perhaps because they haven't worked through things, and then there's true full-blown NPD. So I don't like to overuse that word. So, you know, but maybe arrogance, okay? I think, you know, you had a lot of doubt in yourself, maybe self-worth. Sometimes the devil card can be associated with overindulgence, which can many times translate to addictions, okay? And look, here's the thing, and if you watch me for any length of time, you know this about me. Addictions don't always manifest themselves in the form of alcoholism or substance abuse. It can be addiction to people, right? And I talk about that again in, like my twin flame video, right? For example, that's on my self-improvement playlist. I talk about that in other videos too, as well, okay? But, all right, I know I spent a lot of time on that devil card, but I really wanted to delve into some of the various things that you Leos could have been dealing with, okay? It left you feeling very overburdened and feeling like you were fighting a losing battle, okay? 9 of Wands, but in the reverse, right? Very, and you came to a point, some truths came out, Ace of Swords in the upright. You came to a point where you realized that it was a losing battle, okay? And you started to question why you even wanted to continue the path. And I don't know who did the breakup with who, but, even if the other person, was the breaker-upper, energetically, there is still that decision within us, the ones who, may have been broken up with. And this could have gone either way, but, either way, you have to make a decision to stop with the, wishing things could have worked out, wishing things could have been better, and feeling that stuck, okay, energy into a mode of, okay, I don't have control of this, but I have control of me, and I'm going to fix me, right? Okay, I think that happened to you, okay? I like where you are right now. You've got some incredible current and going forward cards, okay? Hear me out in this. First of all right, you got the 8 of Cups, the walking away card. You dealt with disillusionment, may have dealt with betrayal with that energy in the past, okay? And you got the walking away card. Again, it may have been energetically. It may have not been the literal thing, okay? But that's your energy. Queen of Swords, one of my favorite cards in the deck, okay? Air energy, and I'm an air sign, so of course, right, Leos? But the Queen of Swords is a very high very high vibrational energy, able to cut out that which does not align with where they're headed energetically and what their goals are and their passion and their purpose is, okay? Can cut people out, but in a kind way, but without hesitation, okay? That's why it's a high vibrational card, right? The energy is this: kind, loving, tactful, but at the same time, uncompromising truth and not wasting time on situations that really don't align, okay? The reason why it's a favorite card, very balanced energy, right? Very wise, intuitive, okay? Very intuitive. Swords is all about knowledge and intuition, right? Cutting through to the truth many times. Swords is all about truth, right? Very independent, okay? Non-conforming and not worried about other people's opinions. Some people take that energy as abrupt, but when you get these high court cards like the King and the Queen, okay, and the tarot in my readings is genderless. Readers read differently on gender. This is how I read. There's no wrong way when it comes to gender. It's however the reader feels led. I read towards energy, okay? So I don't know if you're male or female. It doesn't matter. I'm describing your energy right now, okay? But at any rate, can come across, to some people will mistakenly interpret that as, blunt, abrupt, okay? But the fact of the matter is, nothing could be further from the truth. They just don't have time for BS or drama, bottom line. 10 of Pentacles. A lot of abundance right now are coming in very soon. That's in your current energy. Now, abundance certainly can be financial. We're not, we're doing a love reading, but love comes from the inside first. So I think you've been doing some work, Leos, and that's why the abundance is there. Okay, and when you manifest, abundance in one area, typically it's going to come from every area. Maybe not at the same time, okay? The timing may be different, okay? But definitely speaks to you really coming in and having done some serious energy work. Kudos to you. Going forward, let's talk about what you have coming in. First of all, Nine of Cups, the wish card. This is in your future energy, okay? The card meaning is this: overall material and emotional fulfillment. Many readers associate that with a person who is fine and has stepped into their independence and has a strong sense of self-awareness within, okay? And the interesting thing though about that card is when you step into that, that is such a powerful place for manifesting a viable potential partner, okay? So guess what? If that's where you're headed, that's also what you're gonna attract. Boom, love it. The Fool card, all about stepping out and taking a risk. Now, the Fool in the Tarot, and if you've watched me very long, you've heard this many times, but for those of you who have not, the Fool card in the Tarot is not a fool by like the normal definition that you may be aware of. And I always like to show this picture. Yes, he's taking a risk. He's walking on a tightrope. Does he have his balance? Yeah. Why? Because he stepped out using his intuition, right? Oftentimes, intuition does not make sense on paper, but intuitively, you just know. But the Fool is all about being, taking a risk on something, okay? And it probably being a viable one, okay? And that is the case because you've got two other cards here that are going to say that the risk, educated risk, okay, that you're about to take with someone and vice versa is going to be a good one. Hermit card, very high vibrational card. This is your energy and the person coming in. Someone who regularly spends time in solitude, right? Doing energy work, okay, meditating and understanding that the answers to this life come from within. Boom. Knows their purpose. Why? Because they've spent that time in solitude, in meditation, doing the energy work. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Boom, 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 right? Has no problem withdrawing from the noise of the world, right? And spending time in solitude. Perfect. I cannot think of, a better thing that might be coming in for my Leo singles. So, wow, what a nice singles reading. And I know that was a little lengthy. I know those of you that were anxiously awaiting the couples part of this reading, it took a little bit longer, but I really wanted to delve into some things with my Leo singles. So this video may go a little lengthy, and if so, I just follow my intuition and talk about the things that I feel like need to be discussed. So, Leo singles, awesome. All I can say is keep going. You're doing the thing. If this was your story, you're doing the thing. You're doing this right, okay? Now, let's talk, those of you Leos who are dealing with someone, okay? Here's what we do. We read their energy, your energy, and the probable outcome, and we give advice just like we do with all of our other readings, right? Okay. All right, Leos, their energy. All right. Wow. Okay. All right, so you got some things going on, Leos, and interesting, in your energy, you pulled your own card, which I always like to see in a reading, okay? We'll just say that, right? But you know what? The thing is this. I think you're going to be able to overcome, and you may be dealing with someone who is a past person, possibly, because, you did pull a card that would indicate that, okay? But we're going to go into this a little deeper. First of all, your person's feeling like they're in limbo, right? Hangman reversed, okay? Four of Pentacles, okay? Somebody's kind of holding back on something, right? There may be some mistrust here, okay? Because this Four of Pentacles is in reversed. Sometimes, that can, be fear-based mentality. The problem with fear-based is that you manifest what you fear, because, if you're in this mindset of, dang, I never want to be cheated on again, and you're overly focused on whatever you don't want to manifest, just because you're focused on it, that alone is going to bring that exact thing to you, okay? Or in this case, your person, okay? Five of Cups, right? But in reverse, which, can speak to them having a realization that something that they felt like was really tough in their past turned out to be the best thing ever. Many times that card is the card of contemplation and some past hurts, right? That again were seemingly a really tough situation. Let's talk about your energy, okay? Eight of Swords in the reverse, you know, kind of coming out of a self-imprisonment thing. I see some independence and work going on in your energy, Leo. Temperance card, Sagittarian energy. By the way, I didn't give the zodiac signs. Let me do that real quick with the caveat the zodiac signs are not always the most important. That caveat being given, you've got water, earth, air, the Leo card specifically, as I mentioned, beautiful. Sagittarius, water, earth again. Okay, so with that being said, may just be a significant placement, and certainly we pulled the Leo card, right? Okay, now, Eight of Swords. Coming out of some self-imprisonment, right? Or feelings of being withdrawn, okay? Stepping into your power and your strength, inner strength, spiritual muscles. That is one of the cards in my readings that is very telling, because when a person pulls that card, that tells me they've gone through some things, right, where they discovered their strengths. So does the Temperance card, which you also pulled. All about the card of patience, hope, and healing, and divine timing, okay? You, very high vibrational card, is a card of healing, as I said, balance many times, right? Very sound judgment associated with this energy, and the ability to be flexible and flow, okay? So really, really like where you are, okay? So you guys may have, you know, may be going through some things or recently gone through some obstacles. I see that, okay? I do see you doing some energy work. Not so sure about your person, so here's what you need to know, okay? Because look, at the end of the day, we all make our decisions to work on things, but in a partnership, relationship, friendship, whatever, okay? If one, you came together right here energetically, right? You attracted each other. If one person starts to do the work and the other one does not, then your energy will not be lined up, right? Like attracts like, and you will repel, okay? So if you guys are gonna work through this, you know, and you don't have any control over what the other person does, only you, right? But it has to be a commitment and the action taken regularly to do the energy work where you work through this. Now, do I see things that indicate energetically that will happen? Yes. So I think for the most of you, if your person hasn't stepped up to the plate, I think they're going to, okay? Maybe, maybe not. Because here's why. The probable outcome for you guys is pretty darn good, okay? Queen of Pentacles at the center. Knowing your value, right? Seeing the value of the relationship and each other. Six of Pentacles, right? Abundance, okay? Sharing, which is kind of a cool thing to come up, and gifts, okay? Kind of a cool thing to come up in a relationship reading, okay? Six of Cups, a card of nostalgia, okay? Can mean that children are involved, possibly, but it's a card of happiness, often from the past, but not always, okay? But it's the ability to see the beauty in the world. It's not an immaturity, but it's the ability to see the world through the lens of your youth, right? You know, like the beautiful innocence of a child, not immature, totally different. Very nice card to pull for you guys. So energetically, that's where we are right now, okay? Certainly energies can change, and we, by raising our vibration, right, can certainly affect energies. But Leo couples, I do think it has potential, but again, I see some indications that for some of you, some adjustments need to be made in one or both of you, okay? So it's kind of like the energy lends itself to things working out, but it is going to require adjustments on you guys as far as your commitment level for many of you to make that happen, okay? So it's kind of like another balls in your court kind of thing, okay? I can tell you what the energies lend itself to, but at the end of the day, it is you guys' decision and your person, right, as to whether or not to make this thing go. Okay, so again, I kind of delved deep into my couples too. But at any rate, Leo, let's take a look for all of you, some overall observations and advice, okay, going into the coming days. What do my Leos need to know, okay, as far as things to be aware of that might be coming in, advice, and that sort of thing. Okay, Leos, here we go. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel, right? I love commenting. I love when you guys comment. Wow, you got some nice cards. Whoa. Okay. Pretty cool. Okay, let's talk about this. You've got fire and Aries specifically. Maybe, maybe not. Of course, you're a fire sign, so wow. But here is what is incredible. And you know what? Leo singles and couples, both of you guys in your own energy pulled some very high vibrational cards. So no wonder I'm looking at what I'm looking at right now, right? Because we're reading your energy right now. Empress card at the very center of your energy, okay? Major Arcana number 1. Number 2, very high vibrational card about nurturing to full potential. Okay, it's a card that many times is associated with parenthood, specifically motherhood, but not always, okay? Marriage many times, long-term relationship, love. It's all about nurturing to full potential. It's a high vibrational card. All about trusting your intuition, stepping into your power, and doing the self-work, okay? But it's in the upright, so I think many of you are doing that, and that certainly resonates with the other parts of this reading thus far. Incredible. And you pulled one of my favorite cards in the tarot, and I don't know why. I guess every tarot reader has different cards that they're drawn to, but this is one for me, 6 of Wands. For me, this is my I'm fine regardless card, right? I'm good if I'm single. I'm not bitter, though. I'm good if I'm with a viable person, too. I'm fine whether or not, you know, whatever the outside circumstances might be, right? But, okay, the literal meaning of this card, now that I kind of told you how I personally interpret this card, is this. This is a warrior and a winner who is recognized for their achievements, who has come through some stuff in a victorious way, right? Done the energy work, continuing to commit, but people are starting to recognize you for your abilities. I so love this card, right? Can mean promotion. We can be talking, you know, but again, this energy, you're going to be successful in many areas, and that may come in different timings, okay? But it, you know, if you stay here, okay, it's just going to happen. That is the law of attraction, right? You know, this is the thing. I think you're also stepping away from carrying the weight of the world. 10 of Wands, but in the reverse, okay? All about staying power, having the strength to push through, right? And you do. Okay, and at times, okay, maybe you have felt overburdened, okay? And you know what the advice is there, right? Understand that you have the ability to persevere. That's the advice associated with that card, right? Don't be don't overthink things, right? Just follow that intuition and trust the guidance of the divine, okay? Love it for you, Leos. I can't think of better cards here, okay? You know, it's all about focusing on positives and your past seeming failures, right? Don't focus on that part of the situation. Certainly you want to remember the lessons, but recognize seemingly what are failures, okay, for what they are. They are learning opportunities. There is a purpose, and they don't happen to us, they happen for us so that we can learn and grow. And look, I know sometimes situations from your past can be extremely painful, and I get it. Sometimes it takes a lot of work to where you can look back on that and be thankful. But if you do this thing right, that very thing that you think was the very worst thing that could have ever happened, okay, you find out it was the best thing ever. Let's pull some numerology for you real quick, Leos, okay? All right, adjustments are required. We talked about this specifically in the couples reading. This is just further confirmation, right? Conclusions are within reach, okay? You're going to, you know what? This is just a reminder, right? That your goals are there. Meditate and contemplate, okay? There's some advice for you, right? This is just confirmation. And we pulled the Hermit card, which is the card of meditating, going inside for answers, right? So this is just more confirmation. And it's time to take some action for many of you guys. And new moon in Aries, we pulled the Aries, an Aries card in the reading for all Leos. Okay, I'm going to go to my little cheesy 3x5 deck of quotes and sayings that I love that many of you by now probably know about, right? I made this because these are things that speak to my soul, and I give credit when I know who said this. If not, well, I just can't. It's so simple, but you know what? There's so much to this. I used to say that when you go through tough times, it makes you stronger. I now understand that's not true. You actually had the strength all along. It's just discovering it. And good old Glinda, the Good Witch from The Wizard of Oz, reminded Dorothy of that at the end of the movie. Why? Here's what she said. You had the power all along, my dear, right? I don't know why this came out, but if there are enough red flags out there to sow a dress, right? Maybe you should pay some attention, right? And the universe has shaken you to awaken you. Boom. Truer words were never spoken. All right, my Leo friends, subscribe, right? Comment below. Let me hear from you. I send you guys much love, continued healing, right? Continue to stay focused, right? Stay this course. It is a marathon, not a sprint, right? Much love to all of you guys, okay? Until next time, Leo gang.